But me, I just dogged out all the way around. Nasty Nesto. I'm telling folks, man, I ain't did nothing with these folks, man. Hold on, no.
What's your name, Nesto? What's your name, Nesto? You know what? You know what?
What?
It's funny that you said that. You just brought back some memories. So when you said that, when I told you, I think on a couple phone calls back, remember I told you, I said, you know what they call you right here? Then you said, what? And I said, they call you Nasty Nestos, right? However I said it. So they don't took my voice.
I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215407 at our last hearing, the state did move to null process or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto. So I ain't do.
You know what?
Hey guys, how are you? I'm like, what is today? It is today. Today is Thursday. Yes. Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome back. Today is, you know what? And I have not checked yet. Hold on. Let me do some checking while you guys say hi to each other. Guys, we missed members and mods yesterday, so I'm gonna let y'all decide. The next time I go live, I'm gonna let y'all decide when, I'm gonna put up a poll in members. You guys tell me when you want the next live to be. This week it'll be up to you guys. When it's going to be members and mods and when it's going to be a members only. So you guys between this evening and Sunday, we'll have to make a couple of decisions, okay? Let me do some checking real quick on Odyssey to see if anything was updated. Y'all, I've had a crazy busy morning. If you didn't watch my video from this morning on Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts, then you are not in the know. But your girl has been busy pretty much since, well, I got up at 5:45, but we left the house like right before 8 o'clock. And I literally am just now sitting down because when the organizer came back today, and she'll come back next week for 2 hours again. But it is really helpful. Like, I'll give you guys my full review. We'll talk about it like maybe on the mom channel on Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts. The benefits of having someone independent, not someone who's like secretly wants your stuff, helping you like, oh, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what I did not want in my house. You know what I'm saying? Someone who's like, I've been wanting those mugs. Yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better to pay and have someone independent. Is a watch. Bougie on Sunday. Oh, for Sunday lip service? Okay. You guys like Sunday lip service? Let's see if they posted any documents. They did not post anything. So they did not post the outcome of yesterday's court to maybe they'll post today at some point. We'll see. Because I'm like, excuse me, why is this not posted? We'll see if something's under Ericka's. I just would thought that they would have got that up and running by now, but maybe not yet. I'm double checking. I still see court yesterday, but I don't see any documentation of what happened yesterday, but it'll probably post today. Usually it's within 24 to 48 hours at the most. So I guess my assumption is it probably won't be under Ericka's either. But that's fine. But I'm paying it for anyway. It takes too long to get to the point of the matter. He can be funny. I missed what you guys are talking about. Queen of the South has thrown Nesto's completely under the... Okay, let's get to that. So we're going to have to react to the phone calls from prison videos later. But that all gives you guys a chance to watch it because yeah, we need to get into what we need to get into. Um, y'all, Ericka King came looking very different, but I think to me, she still looks the same. Look, all you got to do, and I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm sure she knows this and has heard this a million times. Sis, all you got to do is look at that nose. Sis, hold on. Someone sent me an email too with a grid of some pictures. Now, I don't know if this is on the YouTube streets anywhere else. One of the sisters sent this to me. So if this is someone else's artwork, my bad. If this is someone else's grid, I'm sorry. Um, uh, ooh, somebody sent me something. No, not a disorderly conduct. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to get back to that. Let me see. Somebody sent me a picture of four grid picture. So this could be on the YouTube streets. Like I said, if this belongs to somebody, then my bad. Where did I get this from? Let me see. Y'all, I literally had to do my telemed visit in the parking lot of Walmart. After I got off with you guys this morning on Love Lies and Lace Fronts, I got my groceries. I pulled right into the spot and I was talking to my endocrinologist real quick because you guys know I'm type 2. Talked to her for like 20-25 minutes and then went to Sam's to pick up. I pull into the driveway and I literally had 10 minutes. So I had to sort through because I knew I had ice pops. I knew I had like shrimp and fish and mostly shrimp, fish, and ground turkey. I had to get all that out the car and get it into the house because that's the stuff that was more, and some yogurt, some stuff that was, and eggs that would spoil sitting outside for too long because it's hot. And anyway, got all that stuff out and just literally had enough time to bring it into kind of like the laundry, the middle, between the garage and the kitchen, and let that, and at least it was cool in there, so it was fine. Anyway, the lady left, and in between the time the lady left from 12 to 12:30, y'all, I was emptying out the freezer. I was emptying out the freezer and throwing stuff out the refrigerator. So, to be able to put my groceries away. And then when I finished with y'all, I still got groceries to put away because I still got stuff in the car. Which I should have put in the garage, come to think of it. But anyway, now I'm spinning. Nesto walk is great. Okay, we're gonna talk about all that. Ericka King looks like Ericka King, first of all, no tea, no shade. I mean, sis has MS, and you know, MS is treated with a lot of steroids, so it is possible to put on weight. Ericka just looks like a different iteration of herself. She looked fine. She had on a nice dress. She's rocking the natural hair. Hold on a second. Let me pull up Pam in her video on the street yesterday of Atlanta kind of was like, and guess who I got to meet? And it was like, boop. So, let's see. Girl. To me, this is also what I think. Sis ain't trying to be noticed like that. It's that nose for me. Anybody who thinks that the police don't know the fingerprints of the people that they are arresting, like they got her fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the wrong person. They got sis fingerprints and sis fingerprints. And don't think that when she got in, she started dealing with Nesto was the first time that she got in trouble. Sis has had a past. Some of the things that she was saying to Pam, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know when Pam asked her, or the intellect asked her about Charleston White, and she said he just wanted to go viral. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know Charleston White from a can of paint. I just think sis did not want to be recognized, so she made sure she did a y'all ain't gonna catch me out here hairstyle. Okay. Sis, hold on. Sis said, y'all not catching me out here. All right. Um, the booty shorts. I mean, if the booty was bootying, but sis has clearly gained over 100 pounds. And it's not an insult. It's not body shaming to say someone's gained 100 pounds when they literally have gained 100 pounds. Okay. Sis has put on weight. She's ill. She has to take steroids. If you know anybody with MS, you already know the deal. Everybody with MS does not put on weight, but you can put on weight. You are dealing with some very intense medications. Some people, their therapy is stuff sometimes like almost like a chemotherapy type. Some people are doing infusion therapies monthly. Some people do infusion therapies semi-annually. Some people are taking all different kinds of medications daily. It's very expensive, and but it's life saving. It's brain saving. It's all of the things. So, and some people take on different looks. There are people who look exactly the same. I mean, my weight fluctuates, and I always look the same. Now, you will see my weight immediately in my face. And then sometimes, depending on how I take a picture, you can see it prominently. Like yesterday, I was live. Was it yesterday, the day before yesterday? And the angle was a little bit low. So you could definitely see how juicy my face is. And at the end of the day, if I'm in the car and I'm taking a selfie head on, it may not look like that, but ain't no denying that sis carries 200. Okay, ain't nobody trying to cover nothing up. Okay, sis juicy with it, but that's okay. Okay, girl juicy. Okay, sis juicy. Um, and cute, but sis juicy with it. Okay. But sis has gained weight, and there's nothing. I feel like people just when you talk about somebody's weight, it's like, oh my God, you're about. No, we're just like the sooner that people let the stigma go about mentioning somebody weighs 250 and they weigh 250 versus someone that weighs because there's some people who weigh 110 pounds that got anxiety over their 110. You see how Sonya can't stop talking about her less than 100. Sis would love to have some dangerous curves. Okay? Hello? Sonya don't like being tooth shaped. Sonya don't want to be shaped like no front tooth. Okay? Sis ain't got no hips. Okay? She's shaped like a middle school boy. Okay? Anywho, but yeah, back to Ericka King. Ericka King was like, y'all not identifying me. So she got the hair dyed. Like it was giving disguise. But if you guys noticed, I was wondering who that was sitting in the front when Mr. Dennis was filming. We're not gonna even get into all that. Y'all, I got a membership too. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's look, we're not gonna talk about it. Uh I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe something else will come up. I mean, look, he can't say that people haven't came out to support his channel. If people don't get the result that they want, when people when people comes to support your channel, if they don't get the result that they want during the stop it, you guys. Woo! Jesus, you guys and these avatars kill me. You guys are killing me. Stop it. Stop it. I'm screaming. Oh, shit. Okay. I was trying to be serious. Pam is so funny. Pam, I like Pam a lot. Pam, okay, where should we start? Let's just start. Let's start with this. Let's start with Nesto. Okay, and then we'll get to Ericka. Let's start like that. Okay, number one, Nesto is in trouble. That's what we know. Nesto is going to trial. We heard that, right? Nesto's going to trial. I was waiting to hear if he put in his not guilty plea, which when he waived his reading of his charges, I'm assuming he went ahead and put in his not guilty. They're giving them time to review everything and they're going to come back to court. I just wanted to see the documentation of the not guilty, but they probably already put in the not guilty and waived the reading of the line for line massive ass RICO, right? Okay. So he'll be back later. Okay. Now, don't think that Ericka has not spilled the beans, because for them to give sis the sweet deal that they gave her, and we're going to get into that, if for them to give her the deal that they gave her, sis already gave them the let's go notes. Okay, notes. Okay. For them to give Ericka the deal that they gave her, 5 years suspended, must testify, must be cooperative, all of the things Pam said. If you have not watched Pam Law Intellect last night, you are not up to date. There was like 4,000 people in the live last night. So I know most of y'all who rock it, most of y'all who here for lunch right now. Oh, I forgot to say, Bougie Gang, your lunch is ready. Okay, Bougie Gang, what y'all eating for lunch? Okay. I didn't have anything yet. Sis is surviving off water, but that's okay. Sis juicy, so I can afford to wait a little bit. Plus I had a Premier Protein earlier, so I'm gonna be all right. Anyway, the deal she got is, she didn't give us some information. Ericka, if Ericka is believed, at this point, it doesn't matter what Ericka got going on. Ericka got a deal. Ericka is going to, if Pam was right, if I were them, I would have signed off on that deal. I would have signed off on that deal ASAP. I would want no reneging of anything. No, well, we decided, girl, I got the caramel flavor is what I like. Also the latte, the coffee latte one. The one to avoid, I mistakenly got the salted caramel popcorn, some shit like that. It's awful. I would set it outside at the curb and anybody could come pick it up if they want to. That shit is nasty. It tastes like you're drinking a container of popcorn. It's so gross. I'm so mad that I bought it. The organizer lady was like, "What are you going to do with this?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "I'm going to put one in the refrigerator and try it one more time. If it still tastes awful, I'm going to get rid of it." And she's like, "You could donate it." I'm like, "Nobody wants an open box of protein shake unless there's someone I know." Anyway, she got a good ass deal and she had to have told people. She has to know, she knows something and she knows how to get in touch with people. She knows damn Carol Lamar and her damn smart ass. Carol, if you heard that and you're mad now because I said you got a smart ass, you should not be listening. And I told your ass that a month ago. Okay. Don't write me. Okay. She knows Carol Lamar from church. And this thing has been going on for a long time. And Sonia, with your stupid ass, want to tell people how people don't know people. How about when Nesto was sitting there? Now let's jump to the videos that came out the other day just for a second, because we're going to talk about Sonia and her little stupid behind later. When he sat up there and lied to you, Nesto sat up there and lied to you, Sonia. You so stupid. He told you he didn't even know who the sexual assault victim was. And he knows who she is because he sold her a fucking car. How is he telling you he doesn't know who the young girl is when now all of a sudden he's known the grandmother, he knows the father, he knows the whole family, but you don't know her name and she worked for you? Come on now. All of a sudden, I figured it out. I done figured it out. They done set me up. Dumbass. Stupid. Right, Carol. Just go ahead and spill the damn tea. You know you want to. since you sitting in the bushes and think this whole thing is funny. And it is, but we were never married to that ninja, okay? You were. Um, However, yeah, Nesto's ass is cooked. Nesto is cooked. He's cooked because, like I said, I don't care what anybody. She has already spilt the tea. She spilt the tea, and they gave her a good ass deal. They basically gave her stay out the way for the next 5 years, and you're good. If you don't stay out the way, you're going to jail. You're going to jail, and it's not going to be cute at all. So you give us what we need, and you have a 5 year suspended sentence. Your ass want to act up, then you go into jail for 5 years. That's basically what it is. So don't think she's getting away clean. Miss Ma'am has to stay out the way. If she gets, even if she sneezes, this isn't probation. This isn't anything like that. This is stay out the motherfucking way. And if you don't, you're going to jail. It's not immunity at all. Immunity at all. It is stay out the way. Like immunity from prosecution would be you're immune, like you have nothing will happen to you. We're not going to prosecute you. She's putting in a guilty plea, so she will have a felony record. She will have a felony record. And basically, they're giving you a 5 year suspended sentence. So she's claiming she's going to plead guilty. She will have a felony record, and they will suspend her sentence, barring that she stays out the way for the stipulation of time that they give her. And if you F up, if you get caught out, if you sneeze wrong, you are going to jail. Yeah, immunity is you're good and no repercussions. The repercussion for her is get out of line. Get the wrong type of traffic ticket. Have a couple of sips, get in a car, and be suspected of drunk driving, sis, you gone. You know what I'm saying? Anything illegal, I would say outside of a traffic violation, something like that. But you get into some trouble, someone's gonna be talking to you. Yeah, it's serious still. But for most of us, that would be fine because most of us are law abiding citizens, right? We're not doing anything. But if you are prone to the fuckery, this could be somewhat of an issue, right? Because there are some people who just find themselves always talking to a police officer, right? Hello? So Nesto looked like shit yesterday. He looked like he had to go take a shit. Them shackles are not easy to walk in. Hold on a second. Let me pull that. Let's see. Them shackles are not easy to walk in. Hold on. Girl, a mess. Nesto's face looked shallow. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I mean, he's having his time of, that's completely his situation, his problem to solve. Mr. Sean Hoover does not look like he is missing any meals, okay? Sir is about to bust out of his suit. Judge Dunaway, though, was like, Attorney Hoover, can you introduce me to your client, please? Let's see. Nesto is walking in them damn shackles. Hold on. There's Nesto. I wonder if he even recognized look at that. He's trying to keep his head down. I mean, it's for shame, y'all. It's for shame. I think he's only 5'10". I don't think he's quite 6 feet. And I mean, they have definitely broken him. Like, at the end of the day, I don't feel sorry for him. I feel like we're seeing the suffering of the reckoning of the seeds that you have planted. You know what I mean? Like, this is a hard lesson for people to have to see. If you gonna be out here on this fuckery, this is what's gonna happen. They gonna have you in fucking chains like an animal. My dogs don't even get no damn chains. Okay. This is sad. This is very pathetic. You know what I'm saying? This is a man who was riding around in Rolls Royces, okay? Fine clothes, a beautiful wife, out here fucking it up for everybody, fucking up people's houses, trying to say that when they said they put in a $60,000 renovation at the damn 512155, ain't nobody asked you to renovate them people's house. Who told you to renovate them people's houses? Take the shackles off my feet so he can scam. Someone gave a membership. Aren't you sweet, Just Gab? Thank you, sis. Thank you. Thank you, Miss HLS, for the member milestone. Let's see who got the hold on. Let me let that set up a little bit so I can see. I mean, it's unfortunate. I don't even know what to say. I can't even laugh at Nesto in that condition because it is very much giving black but not bitter. Yeah, black but not bitter. Okay. I would hope not. Never be bitter because you're black. I know that's not what you're saying, but okay, black but not bitter. Okay. All right. Yes, got a free gifted membership from our good sis Just Gab. Thank you, sis. Yeah, it's pretty sad, or I guess pathetic. It's kind of, I don't know, it's not a good feeling seeing someone in shackles. It really is not. Um, but this is the seeds of this is the harvest of the seeds you planted, sir. If you want to see this whole video, you have not seen it, I'm going to drop the link over to Pam and it'll be in the description box. It's not there yet, but it will be. So that's the link right there. If you're watching on Facebook and you don't know Pam the Law Intellect, get into it. Sis is has a channel out here. Sis is a attorney in Detroit, Michigan, doing her damn thing. And she also plays out here on these YouTube streets. Okay. Honeybee just got gifted. Fran Drew, thank you for the sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just peeking, thank you for the gift to our friend out here on the streets. Thank you. It's you know, and I mean, look, when we listen to the call, there's a difference. I think when we listen to the calls, we're able to get a kiki because the calls are funny and these people are very silly, slowish, slow. Seeing this, I don't think brings excitement to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not anything that's like, haha. It's unfortunate. This is a guy who really has messed, and he's damn 60 years old. He should be enjoying life, headed to brunch. You live in a beautiful city. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. He looks dusty AF. Meanwhile, Sean is looking like he ain't missing no meals. Okay. But Nesto looks very dusty. And I don't know if that's just the video, but it's giving very much giving dusty. Okay. And it's sad. It's very it's but this is what he did. He did this to himself. All he has to do is go through that indictment to see and understand the reason why he's here. And Ericka King, to me, did not set him up. Well, I can't say that. I don't know if the woman set him up or not, but based on what we know, Ericka King got the advantage because she talked first and she gave up the information for the state to go ahead and give her a deal. So they went to court. The judge basically said, how much time do you need? The state's ready in 3 months. Mr. Hoover, in the tight suit, asked for 6 months. They gave them 6 months. And it's looking like this thing could be getting started in November. But considering it's the holidays, unless they feel like this is going to be a 2-week, they'll usually ask them, what do you think about how long this is going to take? What's your estimate? What do you estimate to go through all of your witnesses and this, that, and the third? It could be a month. It could be a couple of weeks. They could say this is going to take us 2 weeks. If they say 2 weeks, it'll be 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Then they'll have to look for a jury and all of those things. So Nesto got himself a whole nother birthday. He may as well just go ahead and plan for his 60th. And it'll be this time next year. Like I promise you, it's going to be this time next year that we could be wrapping up where we like, girl, remember right before the trial started? Okay. Lots of stuff is going to happen between now and then. But if we have 6 months for them to schedule a trial between delays and them saying, okay, here's the trial date, and then picking a jury, seating the jury, the Christmas holiday. So let's say Thanksgiving. And so 6 months from now is literally Thanksgiving turkey, right? Ain't nothing happening until January. If you think you're going to sit a jury during the holidays, think again. Okay? We got some more. We got some more. Well, Joey was in the chat last night. I don't know if you saw Joey, but Joey said to Pam, "It was nice seeing you." So I don't know if Joey was sitting there. We gonna have to look. Hold on. We're gonna go over to by Mr. Dennis's. Okay. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Let's pivot for a second. All right, did we talk about everything, Nesto? Hold on. What is okay? I feel like hold on, let's see. What was this? Was this y'all? Okay. Let's see. Oh, he put out members only. What was this? Was this the raw footage one? The live coverage? And then puts it on. Okay, that's fine. We good. That's good on that. But can we see y'all? Hold on a second. Let me see something. You guys know all that song is in my head. Marjorie Taylor Greene. The focaccia is shaped like a lima bean. She got a bleach blonde. I keep wanting to say big bag, a bleach blonde. Okay, let's see. I said, okay, so we could see Ericka King. Hold up. Let me do this. All right. So that one's on members. We can't show that one. Okay, just as a sidebar note, well, we're not going to even talk about that right now, but that thing was funny. I know some of you guys didn't think it was funny because while Dennis and Sylvia were going at it, Pam was outside getting the scoop. Okay. She was outside scooping folk. Okay. So let's see if we can see Ericka King in here. Hold on a second. And guys, let me drop we're not gonna play the video. You can go and watch it over on Dennis's channel because I know he's got issues with that. So we're not playing with Dennis. But I am a member, so I don't know if that's what it was supposed to be about, but we're not playing it. There's Nesto from the back. I wonder, okay. It's very okay, there's Mr. Hoover talking to Mr. Wooten. Okay. People eating good in Atlanta, okay? Um all right. Uh Why he didn't stay for the Ericka King portion, I don't know, but it's okay. Thank God. There's Judge Dunaway, y'all. Judge Eric K. Dunaway. There's hold on. Jonathan Salmon. That's Jonathan. He was in one of the first bail hearings over on Judge Manning's channel and went through a lot. So most of those bail hearings are posted on my channel. That's Jonathan. There's I don't know if you can catch a glimpse of ma'am, but she was sitting right behind Jonathan Salmon was turned talking to somebody the whole time. You would have thought he was talking to Ericka King, but Ericka King, if you see she was sitting like right here, right behind this person, which was either Joy Walker. I think that was Joy. That was either Joy or that was Kristen Howell, Erica's attorney. But based on what Pam said, Ericka was waiting on her attorney to arrive. So that might have been Joy Walker. Oh, you say he was talking to Joey? Y'all are so funny. Okay. So I dropped the link to this video if you haven't seen it. This is it. And maybe that's Joey right there. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, in other news, just a quick sidestep. We're gonna get to Ericka King in just a second. So Nesto basically is going to trial. Ericka has flipped and Ericka has taken a deal. She's got a 5-year sweet deal, basically suspended sentence. And I don't know. I was watching last night and I was looking at the chat. I chatted like a little bit here and there and I dropped a couple super chats. And he said something like, I saw him say, "It was nice to see you," or something like that to Pam. So Pam, if you're in the bushes, I don't know. Did you meet Joey Sea Dog yesterday? And maybe she said some of the intellects were there. Pam's a lawyer. She gonna keep that confidentiality. So I don't think Pam's gonna tell us. And it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Why Sidehen didn't show up. Sidehen is asleep at all of these events. We know this, right? Why would today be any different? Why would yesterday be any different? It was a very sweet deal. But some of these, I wonder what the statistics are of them giving deals like that to people and them fucking it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's not always a foregone conclusion that people are going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some people who find it very hard to stay out of the way. Okay. Anyway, you guys watch this over there. Because I don't know what the parameters are about how Sir feels about playing his video, and I don't need that headache. Okay. So yeah, but you guys, I've shared the link, and I believe I even shared his video yesterday. So okay. Now let's get back over here. All right. So Nesto, he's going to trial. I'm assuming he put in a not guilty. and they are going to trial, and Nesto is going to, we don't know if he was offered anything. What we don't know is if he was offered anything, and if he was, clearly they turned it down because they're going to trial, right? Okay. So that would be something that would be safe to assume, but we don't really know for sure. What we don't know for sure is, was he offered a deal? And if he was offered a deal, the assumption would be he did not take it because they're going to trial, right? Now, does that mean that he can't get offered something in the next 6 months and he decides to take it? That can happen, but I don't know. I don't know if they offered him anything, and I don't know that would that be different? Okay. Thank you so much for becoming a member, Alicia. Thank you, Alicia Philly girl. Thank you. For someone who looks miserable being locked up, Chester did everything in his power to get locked up again. He learned nothing from his past stints. I totally agree, Tony. It's really, it's sad. I mean, part my humanity, I mean, I like to laugh and kiki with everybody, but when you see another human being in shackles, it does something to your, like, it does something to me. I don't like to see people in chains. I really don't. You know what I mean? A monster, somebody who has been monstrous out here. I'm just glad I don't have to be near them in the room. Um I don't have to witness it firsthand to see someone in restraints like that. Um it's 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 kind of crazy, right? But he's done nothing to live a different lifestyle. This man has been in multiple situations where he's been in penitentiaries, he's been arrested, he's had stints with the law, he's been a very dishonest person, all of these things. So I'm not saying he does not deserve it. I'm just talking about me. It's not a him thing. I don't care. I don't care about Nesto. I'm gonna be honest. I don't he's been despicable out here. I'm just talking about the experience of seeing someone in that type of situation is is I think it's humbling for those of us who are on the side of the law where we don't get in trouble like that. Girl, that's just confirmation to me, like, shit, that will never be me. Okay? Never. I would never put myself in a situation for that to be me. Cuz I know one thing, that's crazy. Okay. But Ericka, you heard Ericka outside yesterday with Pam. She said, I'm done. I'm done. She's done. Right. She said, she told Pam, she said she's done. That life, she's She doesn't want that anymore. Guess Nesto's fast and speedy trial is out the window per the lawyer. Well, what Nesto has to understand is, I know you want to get out, but you want a good result, don't you? And if he went for 3 months and he doesn't have time to prepare the appropriate case, then you're gonna be mad when you sitting in the penitentiary, you know what I mean? And you're not gonna make it. I mean, Nesto is not giving beacon of health. He could live to be 100, but at the end of the day, living in jail, he might not be he looks like he's on his decline now. He doesn't look like a 59-year-old. There's 59-year-olds out here that look amazing. He's not one of them. Don't forget, this is the same man that had women in look, I already said I don't feel sorry for him. It's just my humanity of seeing another human in chains. Nesto's dealing with what he put out to be where he's at. So um now him putting people in dog chains, girl, I don't even know what that was all about. Because they seem to be some fetishists over there. They were getting into some real nasty stuff on that bus, and I don't know. I don't know what was play and what was actually as far as these dog chains and these masks with zippers and the liquid V. These guys, Nesto and the people, he was dealing with some people that were into some freaky stuff. Um, I don't know what he was doing with that. I mean, Sonya likes to be choked. I mean, come on. They're into some BDSM. So It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And if he didn't want all his business out there, he should have been handling his business a lot better. But yeah, he's a mess and he's going to have to deal with it and and the speedy trial. I mean, should you have to ask for a fair speedy or fair trial? I would assume that the intent is that the trials will be fair. But as far as speedy, he better take his 6 months and let Mr. Hoover handle the business to get him prepared for court because anything else, he's going to be mad. So, congratulations, those that got gifted. Oh, okay. Let me see. I clicked on this. I knew I clicked on this for a reason. Let me go back. Just a second. Is it Nurse Wife Mom? Thank you, sis. Sheila M, Sweet and Juicy, Obsessed with the Mess, Simply Morgans, and Nikki G. You got gifted. I thought Obsessed with the Mess, you were already a member. See, I think some people's memberships got expired. So yeah, you're getting renewed right now. Thank you, Nurse Wife Mom. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that, guys. Okay. So Nesto is squared away with the exception of next month. So don't have any fear. It's not that there's not going to be any Nesto stuff to cover because don't forget, he got a whole divorce. Okay. He got a whole divorce coming and we got to cover that. Is Joey here? I don't see Joey. Let's see. Is it I am Joey Sea Dog? Or is it Joey? Is it Joey? There you are. Oh, Joey's in the bushes somewhere. Okay. Wait. I think I did it wrong. My bad. Hold on. I just did @ Joey. Let's see. Okay. Joey, if you're in the bushes, you have been voluntold. We'll see. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's watching but working. So, okay, we'll see. We've called Joey. Joey, we called for you. He might be earning his coins right now, so we can't interfere people's paper chases, but at the end of the day, we'll see if Joey comes through. If Joey comes through, let me know. Oh, there he is. Hey Joey, what's going on? Joey, can you get away from your desk and come chat with the folks? Joey, were you in Atlanta yesterday? Were you there? Hold on, let me drop the link. Okay. All right, guys, this is for Joey. Okay, because we still got to get through Ericka King. Let's see. Joey might have been there yesterday. Let me find out. You're on the bench. If he's Judge Eric, was it Eric K or Eric J? Was it Eric J Dunaway or Eric K Dunaway? Let's see, which one was it? The plot thickens on who is the real who's Joey Sea Dog. Hey Joey.
Fran, how are you?
I'm fine. Are you Judge Eric? Are you Judge Eric? You can't tell. I'm sure if you're Judge Eric, you can't tell us.
I can't tell that, but no, I'm not Judge Eric.
You're not Judge Eric. Okay.
I'm not Judge Eric.
Jonathan? Are you Jonathan Salmon?
No, I'm not Jonathan Salmon either. Alas, I'm not.
Did Will Wooten's suit look just as tight as Sean Hoover's suit? What is it with the tight suit club in Atlanta?
I don't know. I think that's just, I don't know. Maybe that's just what everybody expects to wear.
Is there some good eating in Atlanta? Is everybody, because I don't know if it was tight suit on purpose or was it tight suit on the strength of hamburgers?
Maybe it's all that gym time. I don't know. Everybody's trying to be buff.
Okay. Were you in the gallery yesterday?
I think I had a I had a reasonable facsimile there. Who saw Pam?
Really? Pam did not. I saw you. I peeped you in the chat yesterday saying it was nice seeing you. I don't know if anyone else saw it, but I did. I was like, okay, Joey. And I was trying to peep it out on Mr. Dennis
Pam
Byron video
Pam
feed.
kind of alluded to an individual who she categorized as a
Intellect.
intellect
Yes.
who asked all the really tough questions.
What's with the Charleston White thing and
Correct. Correct.
who calls you Queen of the South? I knew
Correct.
that it was giving. I mean, of course, intellect, but it was a bit bougie gang because it was what's up with the Charleston White thing? Like it was a little, it was. So, what do you think about that? So she put in a guilty plea,
Well,
and
she is she is it is to me it's fairly obvious that this is a RICO case and she is
mhm,
key to that. So she got pretty much she got a sweetheart deal on that one
mhm.
because that RICO again RICO means it ain't just Earnest going down. It's a net. It's gonna be a lot of people. So
Do you
you
think
kind of
Lamont? Are they going to be calling
it's
Lamont?
it's possible. What you've noticed is you don't hear from Lamont or Dion. You know, and I don't know. Maybe law enforcement's contacted them. You never know, or maybe they're
Mhm,
running scared. Anything's possible. But when you say RICO, RICO is not one person. RICO is just not
mhm.
one guy sitting there. RICO is numerous people being brought in. So, and I think Ericka is key to that. And having talked to Ericka. Um, that young lady scares the Jesus out of me because
Really? Why?
because she is so disarming that you would find yourself uh, you could easily find your I can see how they pulled a lot of people in because to talk to her it's not anything that it's not again I have experience in this but you would never you can easily the right people could find themselves very easily taken in by her. She is that disarming, and she looks nothing like she looked in the videos. Nothing.
I
She's a
think
complete
that
chameleon.
she well, and that's a skill, right? Some
It is.
people like to look different and make effort to do so. I'm I don't I didn't believe her when she said, well, I didn't hear her talk. We heard her a little bit when she was on the street with Pam, but when Pam gave us all of those details, when she said that Charleston White just wanted to go viral,
Well, that's the
I
question I
don't
asked
I
her.
didn't believe that.
That's part of it's part of a tech. You ask a person a question that an obvious answer, yes or no, and she said literally, she said literally, oh, he just made that up. So I'm going, well, he made up the flight, he made up the money, he made up to stay at your house. That's a lot of making up.
How about Charleston? Who? Who? I don't even know who that is. Like that would have
Right.
been a
And
better answer to throw people off,
correct.
other than oh he just wanted to go viral.
Right. And if I'm going to make up something about why you, of
Nobody
all the
even
people in
knows her.
Atlanta, nobody knows you. So why would he make that up? So that was that really was a tell for me. It's like, okay, so now we kind of have a baseline
Now
where
we
you
getting
are.
juicy now. Yeah, now
Right.
it's
So
getting to the juicy part.
right.
Okay.
We really can't trust anything that you say at this point in time. So, um, and so you just ask another series of questions to see, again, these are basic, easy questions that the answer would be very, very obvious. And she just seemed to not really be very she's very charming and very personable but the answers
Well,
were
that's when you're a professional con person, that's what you
correct.
do. Do
She's
you
almost like an honest
think
liar
yeah, she
and and
and
she's so
then
good
so
at it she's very good at it. She's very
I feel like this was a disguise. I feel like she came looking not like a lace front. I mean, it's the nose for me. I mean, that's her. Period. That's just her. She's gained a significant amount of weight, maybe due to her illness or just chilling and just not caring anymore. Maybe she's just like, I'm off the street, so I'm not even worried about it. Or and also maybe her diet, I'm not sure. Um, do you think did you believe her though? Like what makes law enforcement or um prosecutors believe somebody who has been a notorious liar? Because she's standing before attorneys having pretended to be an attorney. So what makes them believe her now versus just like we can't believe you. You know what I'm saying?
I think she cut a deal earlier. First, she went to them first, and if you listen to her, Ernest. If you listen to Ernest was her boss,
Mhm.
and I think she's trying to create a narrative that she was kind of I'm just following orders type of deal,
Mhm.
and I don't really believe that. Um, I don't, but she got and I think she's just gonna yeah she's going they're gonna with the information that she provided they're gonna just toss and what she I think what she did was she just showed them where everything was.
Right. As long as
I
she
think that
tells the truth, she'll be okay. If she tries to because when his attorney is really going to have to discredit her. And that's their job is to really make the jury not believe her, right? Or make her not a reliable narrator to the point where that gives them reasonable doubt. Is that correct?
that is somewhat true. The problem is neither one of them are good people. Neither one of them. It's pot calling the kettle black, and
Right,
it's
but
going
at
to be a very
least but for us to
difficult.
for her to be used to tell the story, you got to believe somebody. It's either you
Well,
know what I'm saying?
they're going to bring in the victims.
Okay. She's providing the roadmap to where to find the clues to really convict Nesto. They're going to bring in the victims and she's providing what she knows about how to connect everything together. Joey, you still there? Joey must be in that bad zone. Joey, you there? Joey. Joey, you must be in a bad area. Joey. Okay, we'll give him a minute to come back. Oh, he put us on hold. Maybe he got a phone call. Me either. She's giving them detailed information and it's checking the boxes. No, I believe that she has information. There's no doubt. I don't think she's going to get a deal for lying. She had to provide enough information to get that email for 5-year deal. Are you kidding me? She's giving them something, but as far as her part, and like the Charleston White thing, that whole thing, and she said, "Oh, he just wanted to go viral." I'm just like, "Come on now, there's more to the story than that." Why is he in the bathroom? Who, Joey? I don't know if he's in the bathroom. Joey, we can't hear you. Joey, come back. Okay. Nesto knows this lady is smart. Okay, smart. 5 years suspended isn't a lot of time in the scheme. It's no time. It's no time and no jail. All you have to do is keep bringing us the goods, telling us what we need to know, and let us round up this syndicate. Joey has been called into court. Oh, Joey is in Magic City. Wow. Joey's married, guys. Remember he told us that a long time ago? No honor amongst thieves. I just think that she is definitely providing some good information. But as far as her, I'm sure there's stuff we don't even know about. When she comes to court, she will not look anything like she did yesterday. She will look like her original picture. She'll look all part of. Okay, so where was Sonia yesterday? In bed? Love to hear Joey's opinion. Okay, Joey blanked out. Joey, come back. Here you go. Okay, that's for Joey, guys. That's for Joey to come up. Okay, I can't wait. That's so funny. Pam met an intellect in the streets, and she met Joey Sea Dog. What? Where was Sonia was with her two damn dogs talking to damn the blogger who was singing in the media room, interrupting what Dennis was trying to do. Let's see if Joey calls back. He might be in a bad area. Sonia was waiting for her fake friend to give her the tea. Can you believe that? And for her fake friend to give out her phone number to the world. Did you guys catch that? When Sylvia was sitting there showing, you said it's Joey Wooten. You are too funny, Demi. All right, we're waiting for Joey to call back. We'll see. Joey, hit us back, Joe. Yes, I caught that. Did anybody, when she said there were some intellects there, and I wonder if he identified himself, though. He might have just said, I'm an intellect, but now Pam could be in the bushes. Pam listens over here too. Oh, he said he couldn't hear. He said he couldn't hear me. Well, he fell off. Joey, come back. Here's the link again. He had typed in the back chat that he couldn't hear. Okay. I'm dropping it again for Joey. Okay, here we go. Joey. Hi, Joey.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. So how many intellects were there yesterday? Just you?
It's just Pam.
Were you
it was just what I saw. What was seen was Pam, Sylvia, and Dennis.
Jesus. I said intellects. I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just kidding. That was a pump. Okay.
Okay.
And I was stopping at Sylvia. She's not in the she's in her own thing. She doesn't want to associate with YouTube. She's barely here anymore. She doesn't like YouTubers.
Is that what it is? Okay.
I don't know what I'm just trying to come up with something. I don't know. She's not. We don't talk about her.
Yet she's on.
What she's on what?
YouTube.
Oh yeah.
But she's on YouTube anyway. But that's anyway. That's what I saw. That was our conversation with Miss King. Very interesting. Very.
So
yeah,
you
very
say she's
interesting.
quite disarming. So
she's very disarming.
Very pleasant. So what?
She's nothing. She's
disarming.
She is not what you would have expected. She was very open. She readily talked, which is very strange. If I had just been handed if I had just done a 5-year plea deal, I don't think I'd talk to anybody. But she was very willing to, which again, she's very willing to talk, and you have to be careful with that. People that are very willing to talk that freely, what are you actually saying? So, but she did she got a good deal, and she knows it. And
it's basically no jail and stay out of trouble, or you're going to jail for 5 years.
Right. It's like parole. She's on parole for the next 5 years for the most part, and she can't practice law. She can't be a fiduciary, which is essentially what put her in jail, put her in this situation in the first place.
So she can't be a treasurer. She can't be a bookkeeper.
Right.
She has to have no access to anybody's money.
money.
She can't be in the booster club. Anything where she's going to have access to anybody's money. No fiduciary responsibility whatsoever, but her own.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So again, and again, it sounds like sounds like she got a very good deal, and she has to, of course, testify when necessary, and that's what she's going to do, because she is, in my opinion, one of the linchpins to the RICO case, at least on the financial. On the financial RICO crime, she is heavily a part of that.
So they're rounding up. So what did you think this week? We talked a lot, or the last 2 weeks since we've last talked. Um, there's been a lot to come out. I did the whole live about Vista Ray Properties. I pulled the documents that Ericka submitted to the court. So there was a dispossessory with Vista Ray Properties, and she submitted a lot of different things. She went into e-file at least 5 times. She was submitting, she even submitted an appeal. She submitted answers. She was corresponding back and forth with the court, all of the things. And she did this according to her now under as Nesto's request, right? And I heard Pam say that she would say that Nesto tried to protect Shirley a lot, but the lease at Vista Ray Properties is in Shirley's name. So I'm saying that to say this: there's a lot of things that like include Shirley. Do you see that they are going they will at least minimum have to depose Shirley, I would imagine. Do you see them having to bring Shirley in as a witness? Because I mean, there's so many different things that really loop her
That's
in.
it is, but I think again, this is just me speculating, or just I think the surely I think there's a reason this divorce thing may actually we'll have to see next month on the divorce,
Mhm.
because as long as they're married, you can't really pull her in. You can't compel her to come in. Um,
Maybe
so
her immunity. Now,
yeah, we'll
someone
see.
mentioned immunity before. Maybe the immunity. Not saying that they're not gonna ask anyone to get a divorce, I don't believe, but maybe her immunity from any prosecution, if there were any opportunities where she may have seen something, saw something, and never said anything, she was a witness to, potential party to, and even unknowingly, maybe that could be a reason to compel her to want to testify.
It could, but she is gonna. I don't think Shirley wants to come into court at all to be a
Well,
part of this at
she
all.
shouldn't have gotten involved with this
Correct.
bum.
So
This bum
like,
is a lot of trouble. This is what happens when you deal with bums and dusties.
so we will see how that all plays out. But I go back to my original statement that I just don't. I just find it hard to believe that Shirley did not know things were going on. It's too much for her to not to be completely oblivious. And then Ericka made a statement that he was trying to protect Shirley, and I don't know if that's. I found that statement a little odd too. Uh, where you trying to protect, because Shirley's kind of the golden goose of the whole operation. She is the thing that legitimizes everything. So are you protecting Shirley because you don't want anything to happen to Shirley, or are you protecting Shirley because you don't want her to find out what you're doing, which would cause her to leave, and now you don't have this personality that you can use to kind of pull people in. So
Now,
uh,
someone's making the point that they weren't really married, but this is what I'm going to say. Joey, you tell me. Um, They were married. He his his side, the marriage may be invalidated just because he was already married. However, they were married. That's why he's now a bigamist. So even though the marriage is maybe invalidated, I don't know what they consider that. But they were legally married. That's why he is a bigamist. It's just that the marriage is void, or the marriage is it's but they were legally married. They filed, they got a license, they got a certificate, they had a ceremony, all of those things, and Shirley operated under the cover of marriage. Nesto is a bigamist. So you have to actually have a legal marriage to convict him or to accuse him of bigamy. Is
correct,
that not
correct.
correct?
That is
So they
correct.
were married, even though the marriage is technically invalid. Annulment is it's too late in the game for that. They're damn near into 10 years of marriage at this point.
You
So
can.
in
I think
annulments
you can still do annulment. You can still do the
in 10
annulment
years
if you yes, if you wanted to, you could still do the annulment.
on what? Well, I guess on fraud, on the basis of
Yes,
fraudulent marriage,
right.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe they
If
could
you
get it annulled later, but don't you think it's still wise to get a divorce considering all of the scamming that this man was doing to legally separate, to have some documentation of an actual real divorce?
uh, I mean, it's kind of a push, really. Uh, but because he's been involved in so many, because there's a huge legal issue going on now. I think that the family courts are going to have to get in there to divide, because when you divide property, you have to also divide debts as well.
Hmm.
So um, that's going to be interesting too, to see how they actually split assets in a divorce. An annulment would mean it mean basically you take what you had, I take what I have, and we go our separate ways, with the exception of things that we brought together. So I don't know how intertwined their finances are. I would assume it's pretty substantial. Um,
You think
but
so? I don't think they have anything.
uh,
They didn't have
w-
property. I mean, all the vehicles were in repossession. She got left with the Vista Ray property garnishment settlement. She's also getting sued by, was it she wasn't getting sued by Zebra Properties, but Zebra Properties, the last place that he leased for Nesto's Buckhead Barbershop, they were suing him. Um, Pine Grove Road filed a lawsuit, but he was in jail, and but her
mhm.
name was on the lease for the fraud, and Sheridan's name. So I don't know if they got attached to that lawsuit too, or if they're waiting for this outcome so that they can sue to recoup, because you've got another set of people that didn't collect rent for almost a whole entire year
Right.
because of those contracts.
But you
So
have to
you've
get
got the
you have to
Mhm.
get your suits in now, because once they split up, who are you going to sue?
So yeah, you have to go for both of them and then figure out how
Correct.
it'll be separated.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I think there are some Vista Ray property, they already settled, and Shirley's got a garnishment already for that. So it's interesting that Shirley is getting a wage garnishment because of the Vista Ray property. That's the 2155 Bent Creek Manor. That was the case that Ericka King worked on for Nesto. And for her to say she knows nothing about it, number one, she can't because she lived at that house. Number two, sis, they're deducting it out of your paycheck every 2 weeks. So
Now Erica knows much more than, again, she
yeah,
let on,
she
and
didn't tell from go ahead.
we didn't really sit down with her. I asked a few questions. I don't think Pam is as knowledgeable of all the little in all these little intimate details. I think she's much more on the legal side.
Yeah, she said she's
So
been spending time reviewing the doc. Like she hasn't,
right,
she's got real clients to deal with, so
right.
she hadn't been probably with the T as much,
So there are a
like on
lot.
the
So there are a lot of
streets.
questions.
Yeah.
Right. There are a lot of kind of walk up questions that I would ask, just to kind of get a baseline. You telling me the truth? Not. No. Okay. So okay. Now you're just lying to me. So uh, and you just kind of go with that. So but you'd have to sit down with her. And again, she's very forthcoming. I don't know if she'll be that. I don't know if she'll do that
Wow.
again. But she was very
She better tell them all. Oh, with us, with the
with us.
streets,
Right.
with the streets. Yeah.
I don't think,
Well,
and she doesn't listen to the
maybe
She
she
said
will
she
with
doesn't listen to
Pam.
the internet. She doesn't want to have anything to do with it. Uh,
Mm, okay.
I find that hard to believe, but if that's what you're
Me
saying, that's
too.
what you're saying.
That's
Um,
because she said the blogs, right? And then when Pam questioned her about it, then she kind of did she recoil or was she quick? I think this lady is full of it, but I don't know.
no, no, she was very open, very just willing to talk. Uh, she let Pam take photographs of her, which I would have never done. I literally was like, I can't believe this woman's doing this, but
She gave
Uh,
her some catch me if you can type photos. She said, go ahead, because next time I come back, I'm gonna look completely different.
uh, so, but it was good to actually see her, talk to her, and put a face to a name. And but yeah, very disarming. I mean, very, very, not anything like I thought she would be at all.
Did she sound like, hey, Nesto,
No, she did
if
not.
I'm in the neighborhood,
No,
I
no,
gotta come check out my OG?
no, not at all.
Really?
Not at all. Not at all. Again,
So
I was quite surprised. I was I was
so
very
she was
surprised.
putting on, you think? Well, he said something about Nesto would have me film these. So Nesto was a content creator. This is what we found out yesterday too. Pam alluded to she that Ericka mentioned that some of these
Right, because
Instagram posts
I asked the question
were of a
about that. I
skit
said, okay,
variety.
right. I said, you're the queen of the South. I saw you pull up, get on. She says, well, he'd have camera people out there, and you would he'd do these skits. He kind of would watch TV. He kind of lives in TV and movies. He kind of picks things out of those things and kind of uh, emulates what he sees on TV, calls people
Well, and the
names that he
Queen of
sees
the
on
South
TV.
is a very famous Spanish telenovela, the La Reina del Sur. That's the
Hmm.
original telenovela, and it was on Netflix called The Queen of the South, which is basically like La Reina del Sur. So he probably liked that. He likes that type of
He
genre,
likes
I
the
guess.
name. I don't think he's
Yeah.
watching a telenovela. I just can't
Well,
see him
no, it
watching a
was on
telenovela.
Netflix too. They did it like an American version. It's basically a female drug lord.
Yeah.
And they called her the Queen of the South, which is La Reina del Sur.
But interesting. So when she goes back, you have to give me the dates. You have to keep me up on the dates because she
Of
has to go
course.
back. She has to go
Yes.
back and do the final reading. That's when the judge finally adjudicates her case and all the victims come forward, or at least some of the victims
Mhm.
come forward. So we'll learn much more then about what actually happened because the victims will tell you in their impacts what happened to them. You know, this person I
Well,
trusted, they took me, blah blah blah, and
the victims could be potentially the landlords over at her property, 980 Pine Grove. The owners, the property management company, the people she dealt with as the real estate agent, because she came through as a real estate agent for 990 Pine Grove Road. She collected the commission for renting the property to Nesto and Company over there
mhm,
at 990. Um, Also, I guess April Holloway, Nicholas Benzine, the people that she identity thefted
right.
may come forward. So Candy Relaford, whoever Candy Relaford is,
Right.
April Holloway, um,
I
she
got
used
the
Nicholas
impression.
Benzine's name.
I
Mhm.
got the impression that it's quite a few. Oh, more than more. It seemed that ADA Wooten was mentioning more than 10. It's quite a few.
Do you feel
So
like they were trying to backtrack out of it, or they're good with her? Like they were kind of like, oh yeah, we just need to do da, 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 da. Like, do you think they
you,
could be moonwalking away from it at this moment, or do you
uh,
think
that's a good question. I don't know because it's an agreement. It was a remember that's an actual deal that the
okay?
ADA
And they
put out.
accepted it
They
basically. So
accepted it, right?
it's a formal deal and it
It's a
was
deal, right?
formally accepted in the court and we'll see
Correct.
it documented. That's why I was looking for the paperwork today to see what was filed with the court. But the court would have, that's the reason why you guys, and I'm sure you guys know this, but I'm just going to state it for those who may not. When they go to court, the reason why we see these docket entries and these updates on the docket when we log into the website is because they are documenting everything that happened. So it's binding at that moment. Once it's, I mean, I guess it's binding to a certain degree, but at least it's documented that it occurred. There was conversation about all of those things. So basically, the deal that was offered, and that's why he asked what was the offer. And so they basically the court secretary would the court stenographer would enter all of that into the record. So and it was also recorded that she accepted it.
In fact, she was very as she was standing there, she was actually guiding the lawyer, which I thought was very interesting, through the deal. She was actually pointing out, making points to the lawyer as she was reading it, putting her finger on the paper, saying, "Read that, read this." So she was. I thought that was. I'm like, is she doing her own deal? This is kind of interesting. So yeah, I think she may have got a Queen for the Day deal where you have to basically tell everything that you've done, uh,
Just
everything
go
that you've
ahead.
done,
Yeah. You may as
and
well.
if you lie anywhere in that deal falls apart. So you have to basically
Yes.
come completely clean, unburden yourself, and then
Right.
you become a state's witness at that point in time, or can be you, and then you just kind of move on. So I
And
think
maybe
that's
that's why
maybe
she
what
felt
happened.
so good yesterday because after it's, I mean, whenever you can, like you said, unburden yourself, when you are free, you're free. And maybe just knowing, but I mean, I don't know how
Well,
big
see,
Nesto's enterprise is
well,
and how
see,
deep it goes, but
it go well. Probably, I'm sure it goes far enough. But seeing Ernest come in that courtroom, he didn't look good at all.
he looked
Probably,
bad, didn't he?
yeah. You probably look at yourself and go, you know what? I dodged a bullet on this.
Oh,
That
yeah,
could be me.
oh, hell no.
So
Let me ask you this real quick. Who is in Nesto's RICO though? There's no one in Nesto's RICO but him.
we
Erica is
don't
not.
know that. We
Well,
don't know
okay, as
that.
far as what's been published, I'll just
Right.
say that. As far as what's been published. So tell us how the RICO works. So you saying that, is it going to be once it's showtime? Are they going to start rounding people up in Atlanta? Are the cops going to just like, okay, we getting ready to go pick up 25 people today? Like, are they going to just go mob out the streets of Atlanta and go start rounding people up? Is that
I
how that
don't.
works?
It could. I'm not sure about what the mechanics are going to be, but I do know Rico is not one person. It never is.
Mm-hmm.
Rico's never just one person.
Mm.
In a couple years ago, when we had the when we had the in Atlanta, you had the school, the teacher
Yes, yes, yes,
cheating
yes, yes.
scandal. That was a Rico. That was Fonnie Willis's
Yes.
case. That was a Rico. That was a Rico case.
Yes. And
And
Dennis actually interviewed a lady. If you hadn't seen
correct.
that, I told you guys about this the other day. Dennis did an interview. I will bubble it up. He was in the courts and he ran into a lady. He was talking to her, and she is one of the teachers who is still under indictment for that case. And it's been, I think he said 11 years now. It's been 11
Correct.
years.
11
And
years.
she's still waiting. It's ruined her career. People have lost homes, all kinds of things. The people who took pleas and admitted guilt have moved on. They're back to work. They're still teaching all the things. But if you maintained your innocence, there's people who are still tied up. So Dennis has a report on that. So if you're interested in getting the update, he talked to someone who was directly involved with that. It was interesting. I was kind of like, okay, Dennis. Um, so, but yeah, so you're saying it's so it could really be anybody. Now, did you hear? I don't know if you went over to Sylvia's or not the other day, but she was
No,
reading a
no, no,
transcript.
no. I
Okay,
didn't.
I know
No.
it's not easy. I did it so you guys don't have to. She read a transcript of a day when Nesto was having a bail hearing and Lamont actually came and got on the stand. And Natalie Fields also testified that she knew exactly who Lamont was. Also, it was Dion too. It was some interesting information in that transcript. Why the so-called friend would bring that up and read it to the people, and you're supposed to be supporting Nesto. I not saying she has any like she should have suppressed it, but that is not something as if I'm like friend girls with his boo thing that I would have read on a live stream if I'm supposed to be supporting these people, because to me it didn't really look good. It didn't sound good
Well,
and it didn't look good. So I don't
I think
know.
that individual is being a little disingenuous. She's playing both ends of the
On
field
her.
here. Yeah, and
Yes.
it's really not. I mean, first of all, you're not supposed to take a position at all. You're supposed to report, but uh, but it looks like she's doing some of that. I'm your I'm here to pray with you and your friend, but I'm going to also put out any information negative about you that I find too. So I mean, it's
It
kind of
crosses the line
it
very much
does.
so. I mean, when you get personal with people, I feel like it's okay to give an opinion. I mean, I do commentary. I'm not like a news channel. I do commentary and I do give my opinion. However, I feel like it's very disingenuous to get personally involved with people and then trash them and then pretend like other people are wrong because they're doing a different kind of trashing than what you're doing. Other people aren't doing it with the praise and hallelujah, amen. So they're bad people, and you're giving the bless your little pointy head sermons, but you're also dragging up information that make people look bad. Like to me, reading that transcript with Lamont and Dion was very questionable the other day. I just I think you're highlighting something that some people didn't know anything about that is
Mm.
going to be, I'm sure it's going to be, because people, I had like two comments of people asking, Fran, do you have that transcript? Because
I
I
have to
guess they
find that.
sent it
I have
in.
to find that. I have to hear that. I have to hear what she said. I'm curious now.
Oh, it was when they asked Natalie Fields how she knew about Lamont. Well, I'm thinking to myself, Natalie Fields, why didn't you just say he was Josh Jones over there when you took the report for Melody Scretchen? She says he's a known jail associate of Ernest Williams. They've known each other. She went into some basics. She never even mentioned the Josh Jones thing, but it's in her report, her Melody Scretchen report. I think I don't know what's going on with Lamont, but that Lamont could definitely be somebody to get round up. I wouldn't be surprised if Lamont got and why is Dion still on hold from the shooting at Neiman Marcus and the money and that whole thing? Not that that has anything to do with Nesto, but it's weird that that case is still open all these years later. So he got a gun charge from a gun, a possession of a firearm by a known felon or someone with a felony background, however they put it. And his charges are still open. They're just pending. And
And
I
there
feel like
may
it's
be a
been like
reason.
4 years.
Yeah, there may be a reason for that. They may, they may be keeping that charge open pending something else.
Right.
They
Yeah.
they you know they sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was looking.
waiting for another shoe to drop. So now we have
Okay.
these things.
Now
So
exactly. Yeah. It's all very interesting. What else? What was your other takeaway? Any other takeaways from
no, that was
yesterday?
that was that was pretty much it. Again, I just need to know when the next court, because again, the next court with Erica is going to be really interesting. That's where you're going to hear more. You're going to find out what's going on with that. They have about 6 months to deal with, to get ready for whatever they're going to do with Ernest, with Mr. Williams. You got 6 months of
Mm.
that. So, and I know that's got to be disheartening for him to hear that you're going to have to be in jail for at a minimum of 6 months before you even before you even start your court procedures for this stuff. But what's interesting on phone calls from listening to the phone calls from prison is how this this trying to make a narrative. Uh, Listening to him, he's literally trying to convince Sonia, who has no impact on the case, that he is. It's really interesting to hear that, to hear
When
how the
he
two of them
lied, are you talking
operate.
about the other day when she was asking him about the sexual assault?
Yes, it's just kind of
He totally lied to her, and he
it's
knew
kind
those
of a,
people very well.
yeah, it just kind of yeah. But I don't understand. I don't understand. Well, maybe because he knows he's being listened to. Maybe that's it. Which begs the question: why even talk about it if that's the case? Why
Let
even
me
get to that
answer.
topic?
Well, he could have just said, I don't know them folks, but he really blatantly was just kind of like, I don't know her. I don't know who that is. That doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, come to find out later, you do who know who that is. You've copped to knowing her father. You've copped to selling her a car. Like you've now made the aha connection of who this person is because you could no longer deny it. Um, Let me ask you a couple questions. Why Joey didn't ask her to adjust her wig since it was in her face? Questions. I think that
It
actually
wasn't
was
a, it
her.
wasn't a wig.
Yeah,
It was
no,
actually her.
the
Yeah,
wind
that's
blew
her hair.
back and you could see her ponytail. Um, and where's Erica's kids? I think Erica has one kid. I can answer that. Erica has one kid and she lost custody of her kid to her sister Corliss. There is a court case between Erica King and Corliss King where Erica went over to Corliss's house and slashed her tires because she was mad because of what's been going on, I guess, with the custody of her one kid. So that's been a situation. So Kevin Majeski talked about that one day, and then I went and looked it up. But yeah, there's some situation between her and Corliss King, a domestic situation, and Corliss has custody of Erica's kid. Okay. Let me ask another question. Vicky has a question for you. Great question, Jackson Tabasco. Of course, we always have to make sure the wigs are on right. So Dion is not technically a felon. The charge was possession of a firearm by a known felon. Dion says he's not a felon. He was charged with, and the charge is still up, possession of a firearm by a known felon. So I would imagine that they would have to do their due diligence to charge him with something like that to be able to validate that he is a felon. So that's what the state gave him. He says he's not a felon, but it was the fact that he had a firearm and is a felon. That's what the state says. He was charged with a felony and pled down, but I don't know about his new case. I'm not really sure. So he was charged with a felony, gun possession. He pled down. Did he plead down to a lesser felony or to a misdemeanor? Is that what you're saying? Do you know anything about that? If you're charged with like a felony something and you plead down to a lesser charge, um, does that do are you still do you still lose certain privileges like possession of a firearm by
I
a
don't know.
known
It's hard.
felon?
It's hard to. Again, we don't. I don't know all the details to it, but I think that I'm going to assert that they wouldn't let you off the hook if you are a felon and you're out in the public with a gun. They're gonna prosecute you on that one. Now, if you're in a home and someone came in and you were protecting yourself, that's one you could they may show some leniency on. But if you're out in the public sphere and you
They
and
had a
you
good old
possess
shootout in Neiman Marcus.
and you have a weapon on you,
Mhm.
um, and you are a felon, that is a classic example of you can't have a, in possession of a firearm. It just is. If
So
you are a
he
if you don't have a weapon and something happens and somebody drops something and you pick it up, and I mean there's you can there's ways to look at it, but if you actually have a weapon on you at the time, that is that is textbook example of a felon who's not allowed to have a weapon, who can't have it. He's breaking the law. Period.
So it seems he
So,
was so prior to that, he was charged with a felony and he pled down to a misdemeanor. So maybe they I don't know. I don't we would have to look at that. We'd have to
right.
look at it to see
There
how they
could have been
structured
some
it.
there could have been some mitigating circumstances that we don't know.
And he may be a felon, but maybe they gave him misdemeanor misdemeanor justice. Maybe they gave him the penalty of a misdemeanor, but he's still going to carry that felony, or they, you know what I mean? I don't know. But if they charged him with possession of, or maybe he had a probation, there's so many different reasons, but maybe he had a probation that said if you don't get in trouble, you'll stay with the misdemeanor. But if you fuck up again, we gonna bump it back up to your felony. Like you never know how they structure these things. Is that a possibility too, Joey?
Anything's possible, but I just know that in my mind, if you're a felon and you're out here in the streets with a firearm, you are
It's a problem.
you're breaking the law. So uh, that's it starts with that. So again, we don't know the mitigating circumstances of it. We don't know all the details as to what other than what we know. So I'd have to see everything that we know
Right. If they
what
gave
the truth is.
misdemeanor, there might have been some stipulations as to
Correct.
how he pled down to the felony, and it could have got bumped right back up by getting in trouble again.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Someone said, Fran, how do you know Joey? Like the same way I know you guys from the comments section. That's Joey calls in every couple of weeks. Joey is Bougie Gang, just like everybody else. He's one of our frequent flyers. He calls in, and we've enjoyed talking to Joey. That's how I know Joey from. He's Bougie Gang, 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 and now a certified law intellect, or has been a law intellect. But it was validated on yesterday because he came out the bushes and real time met one of the CCs. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so fun. So how did it feel meeting Pam, the law intellect? Let's pivot a little bit. How was Pam in person? Just as fun as on YouTube?
Pam's a sharp lady. She knows what she's doing. She knows what
Absolutely.
she sees. So
No doubt. That's not what I asked you, Joey. I said, how was it meeting our Pam in person? Was she very nice? Did it seem the same as YouTube? Were you kind of like fanning, like, oh my God, it's Pam the law into like, hey girl? Or
I
how
don't.
was it?
It'll be a tough day to get me to do that, but you have to be Pam Grier to get me to do that. But
Oh, okay.
but no, it was nice. It was good to
It was nice to
put a
meet Pam
face
in
with a
person.
name, and we had some discussions. We kind of talked about some things. So but yeah, she knows her stuff, and it was really good to see her out there.
I like her overall temperament. I like how Pam will gather you together very calm and nicely. I like that. She's funny without even trying to be funny. I think her just overall temperament and delivery on YouTube makes her very engaging. That's why I like her, because she really does get with the law, but she really has a great way of putting it so you kind of feel like, oh wow, okay, I get it,
Right.
I get it, I get it. Yeah, I
Right.
like her a lot.
And that's what she does. She makes the law accessible to folks that are kind of laymen
It's
that don't
so
understand it.
accessible.
So I
It's
think
like
that's
kitchen
important.
table talk in a way.
Sure.
She really explains it. Like, I don't even feel like she's dumbing it down. She's just talking to us, but it's very much giving like kitchen table talk, and I love it. Yeah, she's so good at what she does. Okay, so will you be back in the courtroom? Like, will you be back? Did you enjoy it to the point like, okay, I'll be back next time?
It's like sticking needles in your. Anyway, uh, it was a pleasant surprise because said I'd stick my head in to see Ernest, but lo and behold, did not know Ericka was going to be there. So that was kind of the
Where have you hadn't
surprise
been
that
listening? I posted it in Patreon that she was
I
due
did not know.
too.
I did not know she was there. Was quite surprised. And interestingly enough, the other bloggers left after Ernest left. I thought that was kind of strange. So,
Well,
and I'm like,
they weren't the intellects. I mean, it was, Sylvia
yeah,
couldn't stay. We already know that. Sylvia had her own sidebar issue going on, no pun intended. And Dennis, I think, he wanted to file his report. So maybe they just
yeah,
didn't see the value instead. Look, Sylvia couldn't, and Dennis, I don't know. He may have had other things to do.
but if I
Pam
know,
knows. Pam knew that there was
right,
something to get there.
right.
She already
But if I,
knew. Yeah.
the next gate is actually when she has to come back. That's
Mhm. I'll keep my
so
eye on it.
if we know that, we can be down there for that, because that's going to be, again, the ADA Wooten has said he's going to bring some people in, or wants to bring the witness statements in, or victim statements in. So you'll get more of what actually kind of transpired when you do that. And I and maybe she'll do more talking. Maybe she'll kind of do an extended version. You can ask more questions of her.
Well,
Uh,
and maybe they want to have it on the record. So they bring the victims in and have them do victim impacts or, I guess, create a narrative around what Erica's shenanigans were, just so it can be documented if there is some future fallout for whomever would have to pick this back up again, so that they have the full narrative surrounding why
right.
they structured this deal, and so everyone's not going to have to reinvent the wheel, so she's going to have to sit there and cop to and have it documented. So yeah, I would imagine maybe that's the reason. Who is Nesto's okay, we already read that one. We read the one about the wig. uh just one second, there's a few questions. What is Erica's next gig? I say mega church pastor. They can legally take people's money and not pay taxes. um Interesting.
Uh,
Well, they would have a trustee. So Dion's not technically a felon. He was charged with a felony and pled down, but I don't know what his new case. Okay. Someone's putting mega church pastor. More sausage for Cheryl for Nesto. Okay, thank you for the member milestone. Dog Williams says it's important to note that the alleged scheme does not have to have been successful for the RICO charge to stick. Enterprise can be one or more. Thoughts on that?
I
It's
don't
important to
disagree.
note the alleged scheme. Okay.
I
It's
don't disagree,
important.
but I don't disagree. But there's enough on him. I mean, it seems like there's enough going on without a RICO. You don't need a RICO. There's you do a RICO for a specific. There's a reason you want to do that because you want to show you want to
There's like a
you're trying to
continual
you're
pattern
going
of
after
behavior.
right. You're going after more than one person. You're going after a kind of a network or an enterprise. And most people can't. You just can't do it just one. I mean, uh, not saying it can't be done, but usually it requires multiple people, at least a few, to do. So again,
Well,
time
you've
will
got
tell,
the
but we won't.
shop.
But don't be surprised.
You've got the shop that could have potentially been used to traffic females. I mean, just saying this allegedly. Let me allegedly sign show. The Nesto's Buckhead could have been a trafficking pit stop. We've heard from people who have interviewed for jobs in who've had to strip down, who've been who may have been potentially who could have been getting set up to be victims of trafficking potentially. We've heard from people who have now there's somebody who there's allegations of sexual assault, there's allegations of many different things. Also, the financial schemes, the theft by taking, the theft by deception, the credit repair, all of these things. So there seems to be like a pattern of a very specific type of you give me your car, I'll sell your car, I'll get you another car. Or, oh, you need a bus, you need a motor coach, you need a this, I'll get it for you. He purchases it, he never puts it in his name, puts it in the person's name that he's because he put himself on the internet as some sort of executive concierge service. So concierge service or private buyers do some of the things that he was doing, but they typically turn over the property. They handle the transaction completely. They complete the transaction. So they turn over the money. They have bills of sale. They turn over deeds and titles, right? He seemed to take jobs in this quote unquote concierge service and would never complete the transactions. That was some of the scheme. Hey V, I see you. So I would imagine all of those victims, all of those situations, um, those seem to be all part of the RICO. What's your thought on that?
It could very well be.
Yeah.
Again, we'll wait. 6 months from now, we'll know. This will all this will all come to fruition, and we'll start seeing
Mm,
all the pieces come. But I think it really begins with the next court appearance of Eric of Miss King, because then we'll start
mm.
seeing we'll see kind of, because those are the same victims. So
Mm.
we will start seeing a good piece of it then,
And
which
the
is why,
cars, all of
right,
the cars, the moving the cars from California, the stolen vehicles, the washing tags. I'm sure Erica probably had to talk about the legal, not just the Erica, not just the April Holloway, but the stamps, the titles, the
right,
bonding documents. He talked
right.
about opening a bonding service, um, maybe even his security company, and it being an unarmed security company, but there's video of people in his t-shirts holding like semi-automatic weapons, all kinds of things like that. I mean, they may have him for a lot of stuff.
I mean, it very all that could be or not be true. Again, I think next whenever they bring her in, we'll get a sampling.
Mm.
That'll be a tasting, so to speak,
Wow.
of what's going on. So,
So did it get juicy to you? What was your overall experience from yesterday? Were you just kind of like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for?
well, you sit in a court, in a courtroom again, but you sit in a courtroom, you see, I think the judge handle, you see you'll see uh all the, not just Ernest and Erica, but other folks come through the court system. A lot of young people, a lot of and you see how the what the outcomes of that process is. So, like I say, if you're in Atlanta, your best bet is to stay out of the criminal justice system.
Mm-hmm.
You're in for a wild ride, and
Mm.
you're not gonna come out of that okay. I don't care what
Phony
you tell
said
yourself.
everybody can get it. She said everybody can get it. She's not playing. She said you can all
Yeah,
get it.
it's not a and it's a slow ride. I think that's something else you walk away with. It takes a lot of time. So you have these things going on in your life for extended periods of time, years. You can't move, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't live your life because you have these things that haven't been resolved. So I would stay out of that. Uh,
Mm.
public service announcement. If anybody's
Okay.
listening, it's not
Not
good.
Bougie Gang. Bougie Gang is good. They would never.
Bougie Bougie Gang is certainly good, but
Yeah, they would
yeah,
never.
get the dates of the next, or make sure you
You know,
get.
I'm keeping up on that. I'm gonna have to put a special Joey. Hello, Joey. This is for you. Put this on your calendar.
You have
I
to do
even
that.
put like I put it up on the I put up Ernest and Erica the other day and said it's court, but I maybe you guys just as I like I said, I think we talked so much about Nesto specifically. I think it was kind of like I guess the assumption was like, but they both had court at the same day, same time. Yeah, it was for both of
Yeah,
them.
yeah. You send me an
So
email,
they're
but
they're
we
they're
have to.
matched up. But I would think the next time she comes back, she'll be solo dolo.
Oh, right, right. She'll be by herself, like as she was in this case. She was by herself, and I don't think Ernest saw her because they really marched him in, and he stood up, he was up front, and I don't think he saw her, but I know she saw him, and
Oh yeah.
I'm certain she saw how he looked, and she was, and again I think she started counting her stars because that could have very uh
That could have
easily
very
be her.
easily been her. And it was her when she was over there at Rice Street.
Yes,
That was her. You
yes.
know, I mean, she was in there for like what, 6 months or something?
She said 7 months, seven
Wow.
months. She said.
So right here you can see her. Hold on, let me pull this up. I don't know if you can see her screen or not, but I'll show everybody else. When Dennis, oh, he put it. Oh God, Dennis. Dennis decided to, I guess, because he got so much heat about saying it was going to be in member. I don't know. I can't. I'm not. Let me stop trying to infer because I don't know if that's the case or not. I know he's put the video now on members. It's like, oh my God. Uh, let me see if I can find it. But you can see. You could see her sitting. It was funny because when he was live, I was like, "Who is that sitting up front with the fluffy hair?" And I noticed her because the loud print, and she was sitting with her legs crossed or something, and I saw her flicking her hair, and I was like, "That's odd. Who's that lady up front?" And I wasn't sure if Jonathan was talking to her or not, but it looked like he was either talking to someone next to her or something like that. And then to see her standing by Pam, I was like, "What? That was her?" Because I noticed her in the live feed. That was crazy. Were you kind of shocked when you realized that that was her? Did it catch you like, Joey, you still there? Hold on, let me pull this up. Did we lose Joey again? I think wait, maybe he's here, but Joey, can you hear me? All right, let me see if I can show you this. Hold on. I had to snap a screenshot. Okay. Joey may end up dropping down and coming back. You guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. Let me show you guys this. You see Ericka sitting right there? She's right there. And when I saw her in the live feed, I don't know, I didn't think anything of it. I certainly didn't think it was her. I had no thought process to think it was her. But when I saw the lady standing by Pam and realized, was that the lady sitting right there in the courtroom the whole time? If you watch Dennis's original feed, you'll see her sitting right there, crossing her legs, flopping her hair, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's that on that. Joey, we can't hear you. Okay. Guys, did we talk about everything? I feel like there's parts we did not talk about, but in any case, all right, Joey, I'm gonna let you go down, and then come back if you want to just wrap things up, okay? Because we can't hear you. And if anyone else wants to call in, you're welcome to. That way he's gonna know he's okay. Joey, come back up if you want. Ericka was right. Comfy. At some point, she even had her arm across the back. Okay, she was, yeah, exactly. Um, let's see. Oh, it was a delicious lunch. Okay, guys, I'm gonna come back. I already have it set up. I just have it set in the background at this moment because I just didn't know how I was gonna feel after I finished with the organizer on today. But we'll come back and we will do the reaction at least to one of the two videos. One of the videos, I was just like, I don't know, Sonia's so annoying. But one of them I really do want to talk about because I felt like Nesto was sitting there certified lying. You can see Ericka in Pam's video too, the videographer panned across the courtroom. Yeah, my point was she was sitting right there in the front row. And it was funny like I said, I noticed the woman. I did not know that that woman was Ericka. But this, when I saw this, I was like, when Pam was like, "Oh, here's Ericka King," I was like, "What? That's the lady that was sitting in the front." It was like immediately I know exactly who she was. But does she look different? Sis has definitely put on some weight. And there are some people amongst us who are very much chameleon like, who look different every single time you see them. And especially if they gain weight, lose weight, they just look different. Joey, we lost you.
Yeah, I don't know why we keep fading in and out.
So what else did you want us to know? Like what else so was it a good experience, bad experience? You're happy to be able to meet up with some of your YouTube people?
No, it's a very good experience. I think
Good.
everybody should go down to a court proceeding and not be in it. but
Absolutely. Period. Yes.
just
Very
to
good.
just to watch it and see how the process is, it you really learn quite a bit. So uh, yeah, I was very happy to stick my head in, uh,
Yeah, I'm so
as I
grateful.
do.
Like the fact that Pam like was like, "Oh yeah, Erica King, like let's, I better stick around for this." Like absolutely. It was weird that the other folks left but not. Um yeah, it was I'm so glad that she got the full story. So I'm very grateful for that coverage. You guys and then you being there, um that was great because I'm sure she appreciated that too. Just also to meet an awesome subscriber. So yeah, that was amazing, but also to provide some additional context too, because um, you know, the tea of it all. I do wonder about that Charleston White aspect. Let me ask you one other question about Rico, Joey. Are Ricos not secret, but do they keep them close to like do the
They do,
prosecutors keep
they
them
do.
close until they
Yeah,
start to
yeah, they
round
do.
everybody up?
They do. They keep a lot of that stuff close
Wow.
hold
Okay.
as they're
Okay.
working it up. They do. And you almost have to, because it's kind of like turning the lights on in a kitchen full of roaches. You turn the
Oh,
lights on, everybody
Jesus.
scatters. So yeah, they almost.
Wow.
I would assume they have to. Um,
Mm-mm-mm.
you have to work these things quietly
Wow.
for a
Anybody
while.
else have any other questions? Uh Nesto looked bad. He did look bad. And 59 is not decrepit. We see 59-year-olds who are doing it. Especially
I
there's a
think
lot of
I
men
think
out
it's
here that look
prison. I
amazing.
think it's prison. There was
Yeah.
another there was another there's another fellow there that was 42 that looked pretty old as well. I think just being in jail will just takes its toll on you.
The depression is probably sitting in and just the lack
Right,
of
right,
sunlight and poor
right. N-
nutrition, just all of it.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing thrives in captivity. So,
It's
which
yeah,
is why you stay out of it. So, yeah, that's kind of how it works.
absolutely. It's wow. Okay. So anything else you want us to know? Are we still
No,
let's see what else. So what else are you watching so you're still watching phone calls from prison. You said that you were just watching a video the other
I do.
day.
I
Yeah.
will. It's on my feed, so it'll pop up when something comes
Okay.
out. But it's all 23 stuff, which is obviously 24 stuff is more topical and more useful. Um, so yeah, but yeah, I'll still scan it or look at it when it pops up.
What so someone's saying, come on, Francoise, you know she is queen of scam and major game player. She's at the top of her craft. Who are you talking about? Erica King? I don't know. I mean, if she's he didn't call the name Queen of the South. I think we were talking about that reference. I don't think I am saying she's not queen of the scam uh or a major game player. So I'm not sure what you mean by come on, like I'm saying she's not. I don't know that I'm qualified to say that she is. And if I'm using allegedly, I'm also trying to avoid lawsuits because I don't have anything to prove that other than what we've seen. We're going based on, what the prosecution has about her in front of us. There's no doubt that Erica is guilty of some things because she just took a plea yesterday. So yeah, I don't know if there, I don't know. Maybe I didn't fully expand that answer, but Erica clearly um has been out here scamming and doing all kinds of things because she actually took a plea and is claiming her guilt. So yeah, she actually copped to it. So I don't even have to convince anyone of it. She pled to it. So and I guess we'll see that close out as soon as they get a date. Um let's see. Those prayers. Okay. I guess that's it, Joey. Anything else you want to tell us?
No, that's it.
I
That's all I
enjoyed our
have.
conversation as per
So did
you.
I.
Anyone else have anything for Joey, or we're gonna let him go? Joey, make sure. So I guess our next court date, but it's gonna be the divorce is 6/27, I believe.
Now
But I
that's
don't
going
know
to be
what
over. That's not going to be in person. I don't think.
that's gonna be on Zoom, I think. I
Right.
think it's on Zoom. The interesting thing about that, up until even just yesterday, they still hadn't posted any receipt. Nesto obviously has not answered. Um, and then also we still have the CP charges. It's been well over 90 days since the sexual assault hearing. There's still no indictment. There's still no indictment again for the CP, for either the CP or sexual assault. So maybe something will be coming up with those sooner than later, but this would be the month again, I think June, when they're going to have the grand juries again. They did grand jury in April and they came back with the indictment for this. Maybe they'll come back with another indictment potentially, or no pros for the other two that are pending. I don't know. But yeah, there's still more cases. He still has two other cases.
Yeah, that is true. So, and
Yeah,
I'm sure our favorite counselor Pam will break those down once that happens, if it happens.
absolutely.
So, and it goes from there.
Well, I check the dockets every day. I have alerts set, but I also manually check them because sometimes they come through late. But I check the docket every morning to see if there are any new entries to the docket. So, yeah, if something comes up, I will let you guys know. Um, oh, his wife watches. She watches too. She's not into it as much as he is, but Mrs. Joey Sea Dog knows. She knows who I am, right? She knows all about Bougie Gang, right?
She does.
Yes. And it's
She
no
does.
problem, right? Because I mean, it's so about YouTube streets and nothing else. Let's not forget, I'm a married woman
Uh,
too. Okay, who respects marriage? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, Joey. Well, we will talk to you again soon. Make sure to call us back in a couple of weeks. We got more stuff to talk about.
will do.
Okay, Joey. Take care.
All right.
All right.
Bye
See
bye.
ya. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Okay, guys, you guys got it. You guys have been calling for Joey for a couple of days. You guys were low key trying to get Joey off the phone. How can we follow him? He doesn't want anyone to follow. Who, Joey? Joey said don't. It just you can follow him here. He calls in about every couple of weeks. Joey has to go back to work. Okay, where did we leave off? You guys wanted to talk to Joey. I got you guys Joey. We talked to Joey for literally an hour. Um, okay, when we come back, we're going to do the reaction to the videos. Joey, how do you feel about AI, Tennessee, green jobs? Interesting. Very topical questions. Okay, I like those questions though. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, did we talk about AI? Oh, I remember we talked a little bit about AI on the Tasha K panel, not about Nesto, but on something else. Those are interesting questions. I think I answered everybody's supers, everyone's member milestones. Um, does Joey follow other cases too? We didn't ask that. He's gone. Joey, if you're still in the chat, what other cases are you following? I think he says he's following the Adelsons, and who's not. Yes, shout out to Pam. Pam's awesome. So let's see. Y'all ready to review Joey clues? Okay, here you go. Let me drop the phone line. You guys are too funny. Mrs. Joey Cedar, I think she watches, but she's not into it like he is. But sis might be right here with us right now. She might be like, y'all need to get up off my man. Okay. Okay. My husband listens too, by the way. You guys can say hi to Mr. RTB as well. He's listening. He's not chatting though. I don't even understand the level of interest in Joey's thoughts about this case. You don't? I think, which I don't know this for a fact, and I'm sure Pam will never tell. After meeting him in person, I think that our guy works somewhere either in law enforcement or in the legal community, but I don't think he's ever going to tell us. Good questions. Ask me next time I'm on. Okay. You see that look? Okay. Mrs. Jones. Was Mrs. Jones ever brought up? Joey, was Mrs. Jones ever brought up? I doubt it because we saw everything. Oh, did, well, I don't know. That would be a great question to ask Pam just in case Joey is gone. Did they talk about Mrs. Jones with Ericka King? Interesting. I don't know if that was before her time, possibly. Hello. Hi, NK.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Can you hear
I'm
me?
doing fine. How are you? Yes.
Good. I have like 2 seconds before I start a meeting,
Okay.
but I was gonna say I thought it was interesting about how much Erica talked about Carol Lamont. Is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah, and about like how she brought him to the church. She kind of gave him legitimacy. She introduced him. And then I also think it's an interesting pattern how Nesto uses like women for legitimacy. So Carol, who
Absolutely.
acted like she was like just some innocent bystander that knew nothing and blah 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 blah. But I feel like he was scamming with her too, and she brought the scam and the intro with Erica like it's not nothing. And
Mm.
she's gonna be mad when she hears this, but whatever.
Who, Lamar? Carol Lamar?
Yes, Carol Lamar, I'm sure is
We
gonna be
don't
mad.
care about no damn Carol Lamar. Carol Lamar needs to go have several seats and find her way up out of the preview of watching Bougie Gang. Bye. We're not concerned about no Carol.
And then it just seems like he monkey bars from like women to like a more prominent woman. So Carol to
Hmm.
Ebony Steele to Shirley, just to get that level of legitimacy. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, women are part of the scam. He is a certified, he's a Dusty. He's a older, mature Dusty who has figured out ways to finesse women to get from A to B to C to G.
I,
That's all
he
he
is,
does.
but I agree with the caller. I think it was yesterday, which is Shirley's a pretty big fish to catch. Like, why
Yes.
wasn't that enough? Like,
Because it's never enough. I mean, once you taste the Rolls Royces, then it's like, I want to do business in Dubai. Like doing business on Peachtree was no longer good enough. Then you would hear him talking about, I've got investors in Dubai. Oh, okay.
I just feel like he would have lived a better life if he had stopped with all of the businesses that make no money and just spent
Right.
hers. Like,
Right. Just the delusions of grandeur and the actual
yeah,
delusion that he actually was doing something.
exactly, because it was such a waste of money. And, she had a big enough check. Just spend hers and be done.
Right. If you are in repossession and eviction process as like your normal business practice, you're not a successful businessman.
Agree.
Like your own homestead is not even being taken care of. Everything is subject to legal repossession at that moment. So they
Well,
never
it's
lived
one big
anywhere where they
Ponzi
didn't.
scheme. So you have to always
Yeah,
keep the money flowing. It has to get bigger
absolutely.
and bigger. And you know what they say? You can't taper a Ponzi scheme.
No, you
And
just
then I was
can't.
thinking that, like, with Shirley in the house, this is my last comment, and I'll drop down.
Go
I
ahead.
think it was Shirley in the house that, like, I feel like, Nesto was like, oh, I'll take care of it, blah, 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 blah. Didn't pay. And then she didn't find out until they're garnishing her wages.
I wonder, I would love to know when she knew like it was all coming back to her. That, and yes, you're absolutely, when HR said, "Hey, I need to talk," you know what I mean, when they called her and said, "Hey, this is what's you're going to see this, it's coming to you, we mailed you a copy,
Yeah.
but we're taking out about $7,000 out of your check every single week, every single 2 weeks, to pay back this garnishment or whatever it is, whatever the percentage is that they were allowed to take." Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah. I feel like it's like, oh, he pays for everything. And then she finds out, oh, he paid for nothing.
You
Like,
paid for nothing. And then what did you do with all my money that you said
exactly.
you were potentially using to pay our
Hmm.
bills?
Yep.
And yeah, I don't think I think that he got a lot of credit initially because he's wearing, he's wearing nice tailored pants, nice Italian shoes and
But that's
driving
Atlanta. Atlanta is all fake it
well,
till you
no,
make it.
even here on the YouTube streets, people were like, "Well, why couldn't he just be a successful businessman?" Well, he's not.
No, he's
He's
not.
not and he
He's
wasn't.
a successful dresser.
Just
Like,
he
that's
was a
Atlanta.
marketer. You know what he was good at? Marketing. He
Yeah.
had those t-shirts that said Nestos, and
Yeah.
even in this chat or in the realm of the 1200 at this moment, people had the impression that he was a successful businessman. And just because you got a t-shirt with your name means absolutely nothing. It
Completely.
People gave him credit for being successful or why would he do this because he has da, 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 da. He's a bum. He's a bum and a dusty who had t-shirts.
Yeah, and
He had a t-shirt
he
line.
needed Shirley's bigger paycheck to like secure the credit lines and stuff like that.
Right. He was never
100%.
successful. I
Ever.
think that he ran the barbershop wasn't even a successful barbershop. He was like Salon Central. He was like one of these storefronts that has chairs and bowls and sinks and you come with your own tools and everything and you're coming under the banner of Nestos, but you're basically running your own seat. You're running your own business.
Yep.
He wasn't running shit. All he was doing was collecting rent. He was
Hmm.
collecting rent from people who were using he was not he didn't have his own salon. He had a facility where people could rent chairs and spaces to run their own business. That was it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, given how he speaks, I can't imagine his math skills are much better, regardless.
No. Awful. And then when people would hand him rent, he probably did a mental check off or something, and that was it. Because I think most of these people did not get maybe he paid a few people, but I think he was very much hand to mouth. So he got his rent, he got his payments, he put it right in his pocket.
Yep.
Maybe pay his rent because he has rent zebra properties. He has a dispossessory prior to the 3005. I think the only reason why the location that was in Married to Medicine didn't go into eviction was because the plan was that that building ended up getting torn down. Craig Lewis said something about he recently sold property to the city for them to build a high rise. I think he had an extended lease. This is just my impression. I don't have anything to back this up, but what I think happened was the owners of that property sold it. And because he had a lease, they technically had to buy him out of his lease so that he could move his business. And that was when he entered into that next property down the street because there was no real reason for him to leave 3000 Peachtree, and 3000 Peachtree, 3005 ended up getting torn down soon after. So I think Crail said he sold it. And in Nesto's mind, he probably thinks he sold it. No, they probably bought you out of the remainder of your lease and handed you some money that you really didn't deserve because he didn't own anything on Peachtree. He didn't own that property. He had a lease on the property. And I think they bought him out that lease.
That makes sense. I think he
Yeah.
solved that.
He didn't own anything on no Peachtree. And then he went down the street and then leased that Far Road and Peachtree location that he ended up defaulting on. And then also soon after he went to jail. So that was it for the barbershops.
Yep. All right. I gotta run to my meeting, but thanks
Okay,
for your
MK,
show.
thank
It
you
was
so
great.
much for calling in. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, sis. All right,
Bye.
bye-bye. Guys, this was so much fun. Let me get this comment from 504. I've already got the live set up for later to do the reactions. I feel like we got if you guys did not watch Pam's, I'm telling you, first catch her on the live that she did on the street. It was like, oh my God, that's Ericka King. And like I said, I immediately was like, that's the lady that was in the courtroom. Second, when she did her wrap up last night, it was so good. So if you missed it, watch it and then we'll come back. I've already got the live set up. I think I set it up for like 4:30. I'll put it to like 4:45 and then we'll come back and do one, maybe both of those videos that dropped yesterday. Remember when Nesto called us broke? Oh God. I'm having hibachi and Nesto's tears for lunch today. What? What are y'all having for lunch? I bet it ain't chow, okay? I bet it's not bologna sandwiches. Didn't he say in that video that dropped yesterday he was eating bologna sandwiches? He said bologna. I guarantee I'm not eating a bologna sandwich, okay? And if I was, okay, it would be out of my refrigerator, not from the commissary, okay? Not commissary packs of meat, okay? All right. Guys, you guys were incredible as per usual. Thank you so much. Let me see how we did on the likes. You guys did pretty good on the likes. 737. That means that there's some people out here who still did not hit the like button. If you enjoyed this live, do me a solid, show me some love, give me some likes. I appreciate it. Likes do matter. And I would appreciate if you enjoy this content as well. Make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications are set to all so that you can always be notified as soon as I go live, post another video. You guys are awesome. You guys ask great questions. Thank you for everything. Okay. I'm going to put the other live up in just a second. I have it on in, what do I have it on? I have it on, it's there. You just can't see it. But I'll open it up in just a minute and set it up so you guys can go talk. And we will reconvene around 4:45 for the reaction. Okay. And I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay. I do need to put up the poll to see when we're going to do. We'll probably do tomorrow's lunchtime. Maybe we'll do tomorrow's lunchtime members and mods. We skipped members and mods yesterday. We did not do it today because I didn't give enough notice for anyone who's not a member, but I guess this is it now. Tomorrow's Bougie Gang, your lunch is ready. Will be members and mods tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys. You guys are pretty awesome. And that's it. Pretty and awesome. That's what I meant to say. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I got to go get on mom duty. Okay, 504. Girl. That's for 504. That's 504's favorite meme. When you guys have a favorite meme, let me know. But yes. And let me go get some lunch. Let me go get something to eat. I'll see you guys back in about hour and a half. Okay. Bullet house. Okay. Bye, guys. Love you. See you later. Guys, anyone who's new here, any of the videos today I'm putting them in the description box now. So if you missed something or don't know where to find them, just check the description box on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, I think I already dropped them. Dropping the one to Dennis Byron's now, and I'll drop the one to Pam's also in just a second, just to make sure I'm giving all of the credit where credit is due. Let's make sure to get all that out. There we go. Okay, everything has been credited to the appropriate sources for the images used today. So you guys have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Bye, guys.